Learning dispositions of learners, they are guidelines that us as educators should follow. They are written down examples of what we should be implementing every day in our classrooms. They demonstrate the ability and to help us understand how to respect and understand different cultures, genders, and learning differences. Spending the time to understand those, it helps us build strong relationships with students, with our coworkers, and families. They are written down with examples, and if we would just study that and understand it and then practice it every day, hold each other accountable within the classroom, within the school, to be working on these dispositions, to become better, and really relying on each other, because as people, there's going to be things that we're better at naturally than others. And if you discuss and be like, hey, these are the things that I need to work on, can you please help me hold me accountable to that? And vice versa. I'm better at this, so let me help guide you in that. Some of the areas that I feel like I'm a little bit stronger in is high expectations. I'm currently a special education teacher, so I have 8 beautiful kiddos that have different functions, different abilities, different IEPs, goals, and objectives. So individualizing instruction is the definition of my job. I have to take the time to get to know each student. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Really feed on those strengths while challenging them in a way that they can handle. This student may be able to handle those pushes a little bit easier than this student. So getting to know them and know how heavy do I need to rely on their strengths and how hard can I push them. And I love including my students in the planning of things. I already went to school. It's their learning experience, and I want them to have a say on how things are done, but holding them accountable to, follow those instructions. And another area is reflection. I just finished my first year, so I still have a lot to learn about teaching. And I really rely on that feedback that I get from administration and even my coworkers and other teachers. I hit the ground running when it came to learning, and if I have questions, I go, how could I do this better? That's one of the things I always ask. What can I do better? This is how I did it, so please help. How can I do better here? I take that feedback and I implement it into the classroom. I'm not perfect at it all the time. There are times where they revisit and they're like, you were doing good, but we need to, and just taking that feedback and running with it to become better at what you're doing. It's something I take notes on. I keep my performance worksheets that they give me, and I review them, and that's what I focus on for that next month. And then when we come to see how I did, ask questions, and then whatever they have, I keep on with that. And some of the things that I think my director reminds me of is one, fairness. Not that I don't treat the students fair, but building equal relationships among all students. As people, there are some that we naturally gravitate toward, get along with, and connect with, and making sure that I am building a personal relationship with all of the students, not just the ones that I have a better rapport with. And one of the ways that I think I want to hold myself accountable to that is I have a clipboard with me wherever I go, and it has daily documents. And just adding one on there that I can tally for myself to be like, okay, I had a interaction with the student outside of the educational side of it. And just having that visual of how I can do better. And the other one is respect for diversity of others. It's not saying that I don't respect diversity, but I'm very cautious in teaching it. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to have a student misunderstand or So I'm very cautious in trying to teach that. And I need to do a better job of being confident in that and it being a forefront of one of the things that I am teaching my students. It's a big thing. And I need to myself get more confident and not be so cautious around that topic. I plan to continue to study these dispositions and hopefully introduce them to the staff in my classroom. That way we can better and grow together.